So the next setup that we have is trade of support. So whenever you find a trade of support, you have to go long, right? You go long means you have to buy. Please remember the time frame. It has to be 1 day. The time frame has to be 1 day. Support has to come in 1 day. So if it's a very, very important trade for me, if I want to take a trade in equity, right? When I want to trade in equity, this is one of my favorite setup. So this is one of my favorite setup if I want to trade in equity. I always look for support. What support? What should take a support? So first and foremost, the stock should be in the uptrend, right? The stock should be ensured that the stock is in uptrend. Then 10 DMA or SMA must be taking the support on 50 DMA or SMA or 200 DMA SMA. This is one possibility, right? This is 10 moving average. This is taking support on 50 or 200, or this is 10, this is 50, and this is 200, right? Or what could be the other possibility? That 50 is taking a support on 200 moving average. That is also another possibility. What I would prefer that the moving averages are very, very close by. Means 50 is taking a support on 200 and 10 is taking support on 50. This becomes a very, very good setup. Means there is a solid, rock solid support to the stock. The bottom of the 200 will become your stop loss, and the moment candles go above 10 moving average, that becomes your buying opportunity, right? So I prefer these stocks, and this is what usually I give you all over the YouTube space or all over my advisory. These are the stocks that I give for trading, right? So let's go to the market and see what does it really mean. I'm going to once again explain you what does it really mean. So remember, the time frame has to be 1 day, nowhere less than that, right? Never less than 1 day. Remember that, right? So here is a trade of support. See here, what is taking support? Can you tell me what is taking a support? It is the 50 moving average which is taking a support on 200 moving average. So the moment the price goes above the 10 moving average, you can go long. And what is going to be your stop loss? The bottom of this 200 moving average, which is, let me just tell you how much is it. The bottom of this 200 moving average, 384, is going to be your stop loss. Your buying will be at 411, and this is what you will enjoy, right? So when your price goes up, just shift your stop loss from 384. Like, see, let me just make it bigger. So this is your stop loss, right? This 380 is your stop loss. Your buying has come somewhere here, 401. So when your price goes little up, let's say it goes to about 423, shift your stop loss to 423, right? Keep shifting your stop loss every day as the stocks keeps moving up. Keep blocking your profit and keep enjoying it. I have given exiting policy many a times on the YouTube, but still I'll tell you, convert this into Heikin candle, right? We entered somewhere here, right? We entered somewhere here when this green candle formed. So when you have to exit is when the different color doji, if it is, we're buying on a green doji, if the red doji appears below 10 moving average, that is when you need to exit. So if you wish, you can exit somewhere here when the doji forms here, right? Again, you have an entry when MACD crosses over, RSI goes above, you have again an entry, and see how it goes up, right? So this is based on entry and exit based on moving averages and the support. Let me show you beautiful examples of taking support and then just going up massively, right? I had one example on JBMA. See, look at JBMA. You can go to the YouTube and see where did I give it. I remember I've given it at about 350 or so, right? Look at it. MACD crossover, RSI is going above 60, and the candles are here, right? The moving average is taking the support. This is where I gave it, 349. And why I prefer the support of the moving averages? Why? Because they happen because of a news. Because FII, DII buy in them. That is how I've explained you when I was doing block and bulk deal, that they will never buy in chunk, right? They will buy in bits and pieces. But the price, they will ensure neither it'll go down nor it'll go up. That means you can see this part. You can see this part, this part basically shows you that some mischievous activity is happening, right? And if you see on this day, if you see huge volumes coming in, I'll tell you how do you find the volumes, but if you see the huge volumes coming, but there is no price breakout, my criteria to enter into equity is to look for no price breakout, but volume should be huge, right? So the moment candles leave 10 moving average, that is when I'm going to enter. So for me, the entry is at this candle, right? You can see that. Let me make it bigger for you if you want. And for me, the entry is here, this candle. This candle is my entry for this stock, JBMA, right? I gave entry here and I have given entry in this stock once more. I'll show you here. I remember it very distinctly. This was another, see, it's almost like taking a good support, and 284 or 285 is when I gave it again an entry here. First I gave an entry at 284, it went up to 387, and then we entered here, right? Then we entered here when MACD RSI crossover took place, and this is how the stock went up, right? This is how the stock went up. All right, I want to show you another stock. Like, I'm going to show you a stock in the making. It is Bajaj Finance, right? So the stock is taking a good support. See here, this is 50 moving average. It's almost taking a support. MACD is about to cross. RSI is at about, this, over here, you have to be very, very vigilant. If you see 50 moving average is almost taking the support on 200 moving average, and even 10 moving average is taking the support, it looks very good. So where will be my entry? My entry will be at 1877, right? When the candles go above 10 moving average. Let me plot it for you so that you understand when this is 50 moving average, it's going like this. What could be a possible scenario, it's something like this. So when the candles come here above, that is when I'm going to take an entry on this. It may be like this, or it may be a bit sharper turn that may happen. It may happen like this, right? It could be like this. So if whenever the candles are above 10 moving average, MACD has crossed over, RSI has gone above, right? This is where I will take my entry into Bajaj Finserv. Today is 11th of May. Please watch it later and see the trade happening, because while looking at the present, we have to predict the future, right? Looking at the present, we have to predict the future. Okay, and if it actually complies, if it follows what we have thought about, if it actually shows us that the stock is on a support, it's taking the moving average is taking a support, as we could see it over here. So, and the price goes above the 10 moving average, that is where we will create a buying position over here. See here, MACD crossover, RSI crossover. When the price came over 1421, we had a buying opportunity, and it went from here to 1778, right? Now see here, the candles on the moving averages. If moving averages take a support, candles become very tiny. This is some feature you must note. So in this particular part, when the tiny candles are happening and the moving averages are not going down, means there is an opportunity lying ahead. Okay, I'll tell you when I filter out the stocks for you that how do I really use these tiny candles and the volumes break out to figure out good trades. See here, this part. The candles are tiny, the moving average is taking support, and the moment I see a good opportunity, I see, like I could have entered at this point only, 754, and the stop loss would have been 743, and then see, beautiful flight the stock has taken. It went from 754 to 1173. That's the huge flight the stock has taken. Okay, let's take up more examples. See here, this is how the stock is right here, 440. 440, and the moment candles leave, this was a good indication there is a rejection at the lower level and the stock price has gone up. I would say that master equity, positional first 6 months you just trade in equity. Your money will be safe, you will be able to create good trades, and once you are master of equity, then you switch over to futures. That is my suggestion, but you people are better judges. You will be able to create better trades yourself, but I would suggest that trade for about good 6 months only in equity. That will sharpen your, fine-tune your eyes. Look at MACD crossover, RSI crossover, and see here the price goes above 104. And Bajaj Finance, from there it has gone up almost 40% within few days, right? So let me show you some examples in future stocks as well. Like I'll show you Hindalco. In the month of October, I've seen it taking the support. See here. I mean, I remember why, because I was conducting my webinar. So there are these 4 candles, MACD crossover, RSI crossover, and the beautiful support the candles, the moving average has taken, and the stock has gone up from here to 41 to 278. For future, it is a very, very good value. I can show you this happening in Coal India as well around the same time. Why? Because I traded in all of them. So Coal India is taking support here. There the moving average was taking support in Hindalco. Here the price is taking support. Price is taking support on 50 moving average, and the moment price comes above 10 moving average, you have an opportunity to buy it, to go long in it. I want to show you exactly at the same time Kotak Mahindra Bank. October, let's go to October and see what was happening in this. Price tried to go down, but it took a good support, and see here, this candle is a very, very indicative candle that the price, there's a rejection of the price at the lower level at 995. Your entry comes out at 1009, and from here it went up to 1113, good about 100 points, which is phenomenal for a future stock. Look at this beautiful trade. MACD crossover, RSI crossover, and the candles are above 10 moving average. Your entry comes at 964 and it goes up to 1031, right? Beautiful trade of support. So if you figure out such trades, there is no one who can stop you from earning in the market, right? Nobody will be able to stop you from earning in the market. So let me look for a trade of support somewhere in Reliance Infra as well. So Reliance Infra has a support here, the trade of support somewhere here. Look at it. The 10 moving average has gone up and the price has taken a support, and look at the beautiful run up the stock has got. So you have to look into this. This is a support trade of support. 10 moving average taking the support. This is 10 moving average, it's taking a support on 200 moving average. The moment MACD crossover, RSI crossover, the moment price goes above 10 moving average, this is the flight the stock has taken from 408 to 581, good about 170 points. I mean, I'm giving you a rough estimate, but this is how stock has taken up a flight, right? So you see here, beautiful trade. This is I would say this is something to fall in love with. This is a beautiful trade, right? See the beautiful support. 10 moving average has taken, 50 moving average has crossed 200, and you have an entry at 361. You have a stop loss as 334, right? Bottom of it, and see where it led you to 670, from 361 to 670, good 300 points. In how many trading sessions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Good, in 1 month it just took you to 300 points up. Reliance Capital. You want to know the lot size? How much is the lot size of Reliance Capital? So let's look into the Reliance Capital lot size. Rel Cap. The lot size is 750. 750 into 300 points. I'm just taking a rough estimate. So 300 into 750, 2,25,000 rupees. I think so. I'm right in my calculation. So 300 into 750. Let me just multiply. So 300 into 750. It's 2,25,000 for a future lot. One lot. What would have been your investment if you buy one lot of Reliance Capital? How much money is needed? So let's see here. You need about, normal margin that you need is 46,000 rupees. Look at it. It's basically making your money many times. Just turning your money into many times. Right now, I believe from July, the lot size will increase. And even the money involved will also become 1 lakh rupees. But anyway, that's not our concern right now. What I'm trying to tell you, just monitor such trades. Just go through, like there are 200 stocks in futures and option, roughly. So run through all of them every other day. I do that on, every alternate day. I run through them and I'll figure out, what's happening in each of the stock. And I do figure out, okay, this is taking the support. I'll tell you how do you trade in those stocks, in futures and in options. When you find such beautiful trades, I will show you how the stock has moved up. So even if you buy equity means you have to give equal amount of money as you are buying. So from then also it has almost become double in 1 month, right? But identification matters a lot. Your identification of the trade has to be absolutely correct, right? Your identity. Look at the beautiful double bottom, right? It's a beautiful double bottom trade, and trade from the bottom, morning star, and then see here, until RSI crosses over, never enter into a trade. That is a rule you have to remember and you have to follow. RSI has to be crossed. This is again a bullish harami, and when RSI crosses over, you can take entry from 395. It takes you to 438. All right. So this is trade of support. You can see anywhere I have entered into Flips Carbon based on the stock taking the support. Look at the beautiful support the moving averages were taking. This is 10 moving average taking the support on 50 moving average, right? 10 moving average taking the support on 50 moving average. MACD crossover, when the moment RSI crossed over, the stock has just taken a flight. From here, 194, it went up to 317, right? About 80% return in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. Just 6 days, about 70 to 80% return is what you get. See here, this is where also we gave an entry. 127, one could enter and see where it goes. When the moving averages take a support, it comes up till here, 219, right? 219. So huge profits are there when you look for correct trade. MACD crossover, RSI crossover, and the price is above moving average. This is where you find enter. You enter into it and see the beautiful flight, right? So these are my trades. This is something that I absolutely rely upon. I want to show you one more beauty. I would call it a beauty because I love that trade. And that trade is Wenkies. I gave it on, Wenkies. So Wenkies is what the trade that I almost fell in love with when I saw it happening. See here, this is how the trade was happening. MACD crossed over long back. RSI went up from here, but the stock was just right here. And one fine day, I saw RSI being crossed and the candles leaving 10 moving average. I remember I gave it at 2900. Somewhere here when this candle was formed, and within 2 days or 3 days, from 2900 it went to 4500. Means good 600 points that one, no, not 600, 1600 points one could collect. and which is about, you know, about 60% return. 60% return. Unbelievable. If you just buy, let's say you don't have much money, you have 30,000 rupees, you just buy 10 stocks, 30,000 rupees, and you would have got back about 19,000 rupees in few days. So this is the beauty of trade of support, right? But I will tell you how do you figure out which stock to buy. Many of them you will find on support, but they will not give you a breakout. They will give you a breakout only when certain other conditions are fulfilled. See here, 1260 MACD crossover, RSI crossover, and it went from 1299, it went up to 2500 within few days, right? That's again a beautiful trade. This is what we want to do. In short span, we want to earn more money. So this is the key. So in equity, I trade like this only. I want to show you HEG. You know, I have this other where I have HEG. I'm holding HEG, right? Why? Because I find HEG doing pretty good. So it is, this is what I'm holding, about 90 shares of HEG, and I'll tell you why did I enter into HEG, right? So let me show you HEG. My entry is at 2827. You could see it over there. Let me show you how and why I entered into it. I entered somewhere here at this time. Can you see the beautiful support the moving average was taking, right? So when it left, the candles left, you know, somewhere here on this day, and this is where I entered. 15th of March is when I created my position into HEG. Within few days, it went from here to here, right? So from 2827, it went to 3514, good about 700 points, means it has given a 40% return in few days, right? And it looks very, very promising to me right now. You can see why. I'll show you. I'll put Ichimoku cloud and you will see how beautifully it has pierced the cloud and it's standing above, right? So to me, I'm not exiting this trade. I'm still holding it. It has just pierced the cloud, and the cloud is also looking very, very positive to me, right? So I'm still long in it, and my target is 3,500 for this stock. First target will be 3,300. If it crosses 3,300, then 3,500, nobody can stop for this stock to have. So this is the beauty of having stocks on support. Guys, if you master this, I'm telling you, you don't need to, you know, rely on any other factor. This will give you enough money. See, moving average taking the support, entry at 2011 and exit at 3117, right? Good about 1000 points. See here, beautiful support, this place. Moving average is taking the support, enter at 277 and exit at 2074. Good about 10 times return in few months. This is the power of moving averages. I love moving averages. I just look for moving averages, and I only trade, if it is my choice, I will only trade in moving averages which are taking support. So here it is taking a support. Can you see? And our entry comes at 552, and see where it takes you. It takes you to 780 in few trading sessions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Not even a month, you know, in 2 or 3 weeks, it takes you about, you know, from 565 to 784, right? Good about 200 points. Your stop loss is very, very tight stop loss, and the stock has taken a flight. So guys, this is what I want you to master. You know, if you learn options or not, I don't care. If you learn futures or not, I don't care. But I want you to learn this trade, which is trade of support. Just master yourself. Take this as my wish, as my desire, as my, you know, soul wish that you master this trade. Look at the beautiful support, right? Enter over here, 5513. This is Wabcom. It's a very, very expensive stock, but who cares? If I'm only bothering about my percentage return, I don't really care. Even if I have 10,000 rupees, I'll buy 2 shares. So from 5501, it has first touched 6444 within a few trading sessions. And if you still hold it, it'll take you to 8,500 or 8,500 rupees. That is the beauty of these moving support of moving averages. And this is what I say, I want moving averages very, very close by, because our stop loss becomes very tight. This becomes our stop loss. And let me just take a pen. So our stop loss becomes very, very close. Here is our stop loss, which is 5425. Our entry comes at 5580, and see how beautifully stocks go from here to here, right? So this is something I want you people to master it. Take my words. I mean, I don't care whether you trade in futures. Don't have greed. If you won't have greed, you will have money. But if you will want to trade in fast, you want options. Options are, remember one thing, lesser money you will expose. The more leverage you take from the market, the more riskier your trades will be. I would prefer 1:1 leverage. Means whatever money you have, you trade into only those stocks. You will get, see, benefit of such trades is you get this money, right, which is 10.84%, not a bad amount. You get the bonus, you get the dividend, and you get many other benefits from the company. If you keep this for 1 year, you will, I don't know whether the rules have changed or not, because I was hearing there is long-term capital gain rule which taxes may come in, but at least, if you keep the equity in your account, you don't have to pay taxes. You don't have to pay long-term gain. So this is, the power of moving averages taking the support. This is the power of moving averages taking the support. See here, beautiful trade, right? These are the trades. I really fold my hands and request you guys, those who are doing my course, master them, and you will mint money from the market. You will be the next Junjunwala. I can promise you that. Please don't believe I'm throwing a lot of big words, but I basically am saying this so that you all understand the seriousness. Right? That's the only reason I'm saying all these words. So one of the stock that I just had in my mind was, I just had a beautiful stock in my mind. I forgot while talking to you guys. It has taken in exactly the same upward flight. So somebody has written on my YouTube channel, 𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿 𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿 narrow leg pains, right? So here, look at it. You can see what happens to the stock after a few days. See here, it's a stock in making, right? It's a stock in making. So moving average is taking the support. Candles are above 10 moving average. I would just wait 50 moving average also to go above 200 moving average. And we have a beautiful entry at 527. Today is 11th of May when I'm recording it. You can watch this trade later on, right? You can watch this trade later on. Why? Because this is a trade in the making, right? So wait for the price to go above 527. You will find a beautiful breakout. Your first target should be top of this, which is 567. Then the next target will be the top of this line, which is 612. And if it breaks 612, then 10% more than that. At least 60 more points. That means 660 will be your next target. This will be your next target, right? So this is how you decide your targets. The previous resistances, previous places from where the stock has repeatedly experienced a resistance, that becomes your first target. And if it crosses that with volumes, the next target will be the next point. And if it is at the lifetime high, then you have to have 10%, like you can add 10% from that point. That is my personal judgment. If a stock crosses its lifetime high, it can go 10% above its value. For example, let me show you here. When it crossed 527, I'm sure it must have gone 50 points above it, right? So see, it went up to 612. If you see here, this is at the lifetime high, right? When it crosses the lifetime high with volumes, at least, like you must be wondering, where will it go? How much will it go? So my personal rule is at least 10 to 15% is a definite movement. So I take 10% minimum and then I apply my rule of Heikin-Ishii candle. I'll convert this into Heikin-Ishii candle and wait for first doji to appear and the candles to go below 10 moving average, and I will enter somewhere here on 15th of January. So let's see what's happening on 15th of January. So this is 15th of January. This is where we will exit, right? So good profit. I mean, the moment candles start, you can even exit here. Price rejection. You can exit at about 569, right? So this is how I trade. Hope I'm making sense. See, beautiful support and it's going up. I want to show you another trade. The more trade you will see, the more you will be able to understand, the breakouts that are coming in. So this trade, I think I have deleted from here. The trade was EIN. Which one was that? Just a sec. So the stocks have to be very specific, So I mean, sometimes I do forget the name. I'm giving you in a minute. So this stock has also, broken with, with a lot of support. It has gone up. ENK. It's not EIN. It's ENK. ENK. And well, right? Whatever this is. See here. See, the moving average has taken a support, right? Moving average has taken a support. This is a stock, this is a trade happening in front of your eyes. Where do you buy it? When the price rejection takes place. At this point, when you see this happening during the day, 400 or 402 is your entry, and see where it touched. It even touched 484. Within no time, it touched 484, right? So this is another stock. This is how I filter out, and this is how I generate profitable trades. So guys, this is my folded hands, my request with folded hands. Then master this. I would say if you have 5 lakh rupees and you get about 15% or 20% return, see how much do we get from here? 402 to 484, right? How much percent is it? 20%. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 days and 20%. If you have an investment of about 5 lakh rupees, 20% means 1 lakh rupees. Is it a bad investment? Is it a bad return? Right? Rather than greed, I would say I would have safe money in my account. Every time I'm telling you, you have seen my trades on YouTube also. I give it on the Telegram also. You have seen how they have performed, right? 20%, 30%, 6. Venkis gave 60% return in few days. HEG gave good about 30-35% return within few days. These are just outstanding trades, and that is why I'm repeatedly telling you these trades are actually see here, I showed you, I entered at 2827, and 1, 2, and 3 days it touched 3,500. Means how much return? It gave me 40% return. This is the power of the trade of support. Guys, please master it, and don't, although I will teach you, but I would say that the options and futures come with a, quote along with it, like a quotation along with it, or the, how do you say? Options and future come with a, clause with it that you may lose money, right? You may lose money, but equity comes with a, clause that you will never lose your money if you select a good stock, and you trade in future, trade in equity, and then take good about 30-40% return and exit. When you see such a price rejection happening at the top, exit on this day at 334. That's it. So with this, let me sign off. I can show you, equity stocks also had the beautiful, IT stocks also had beautiful trade of support. See here, right? Moving average is taking a support 792. These trades, now see here, I want to show you the trade from the top, bearish engulfing, price rejection, MACD crossover, RSI crossover, and now you have entry for Mindtree, right? Now tomorrow or Monday, look for an entry in Mindtree, price rejection in 15 minutes, and you can go short. Today is 11th of May. You can find out, you can just see 2-3 days later what happens in Mindtree. I want to show you what's happening in HCL Tech. See HCL Tech, this is again a trade from the top. This is again a trade from the top. MACD crossover, RSI crossover, and the stock has come down, right? Stock has come down. See the beautiful fall, right? So, but I wanted to show you the support, trade of support. Many days HCL Tech has taken a support. And when the price goes above 10 moving average, you can buy it, right? Same goes for NIT Tech. Look at NIT Tech. Many days the stock was consolidating above the moving average, and the moving average took a support, and see the run up that it has had. From 927 it went up to 1187, right? Similarly, any stock for that matter. I want to show you Tata LXI. I want to show you Tata LXI also here. So here you can see the moving average is trying to take support time and again, and when it comes over here at 1030, from here it took a flight to 1258. From here to 1258, that is the flight the stock has taken, right? So hope that you are understanding what I'm trying to tell you. Very, very important trade is trade of support. So with this, we'll close it over here and we go to the next trade, which is trade of 200 moving average breakout. So see you there.